4th game in 13 grueling days. But they were the team that knocked the Bulls off the top of the table with victory on June the 3rd. In charge of the Bradford Bulls. London will always graft and grind their way to victory. They were dogged in defeat at Leeds on Friday. The referee here is Ian Smith. It's going to be London who will get this game underway as Paul Seitz, the former Bull himself, will kick off. And we'll check on the two sides for you later on. But the big news from London is there's no Dennis Moran. He is on the bench though, but Tony Ray says he's not 100% fit. Sykes gets us underway then. Bouncing ball to the Bradford try line, driven forward by Joe Vangenaar. And Steve-O, your early thoughts on the prospects for this match on a glorious summer's evening here in the capital?
Well, I was talking to Brian Noble, the Bradford coach, last week, and he said he would not be taking the Broncos lightly.
Let's take a check on the two sides then. Here's the Broncos: Sykes, King, Martin, Jackson, Roy, Purdom and Thorman. The forwards: Bowden, Budworth, Rexless, Peden, Kennedy and Dimmock, who's the captain. And on the bench for them, Hall, Moran, Stevenson and Joe Mabou, the coach, Tony Ray. Now the men from Bradford: Reardon at fullback, Vicona, Naylor, Harpy, Vinacolo, Price and Deacon. Big mistake there by Andrew King, as you saw in the background. Vangenaar, Lowe's the skipper, and Anderson the front row. Peacock, Bradford and Forshaw completing the starting lineup. The bench occupied by Gilmore, Langley, Chris Bridge and Rob Parker. The coach, Brian Noble. Big blunder by Andrew King.
Well, a real mess, but I think he may have been a little bit unlucky. First one wasn't, second one certainly was.
So the scrum's gone down 10 metres away. Here is Leon Price. Shontaine Harpy on the charge, and it took two men to bring him down. Jackson was one of them. Lowe's fires it wide to Naylor. Naylor trying to step inside Dimmock. Dimmock stood his ground well. Bradford trying to post a try early here. It's with Lowe's. Here is Anderson. He's unstoppable from that range. Anderson with the first try for Bradford. A terrible error by Andrew King and punished by Paul Anderson with his 4th try of the campaign.
The mistake gave them the opportunity, and when you apply the pressure so early in the match, your mind's not really thinking, but these two combine yet again. How many times have we seen it over the past couple of seasons? The hooker James Lowe's goes one way, and the dreadnought, look at him go, Anderson. He looks with a big grin. He just pushed Tony Martin out of the way with ease. Brian Noble happy.
Well, a fabulous start for Bradford, but a word of caution for them. Leeds started in exactly the same vein on Friday, and then frankly they struggled to see the Broncos off late on. Deacon then with the conversion attempt. Early chance for the Great Britain and England international, which he accepts. And the Bradford Bulls off to a flyer down here in London. They lead 6-0.
See how the one defence comes out. They think Lowe's is going to go straight, and then the big fella comes back on the inside. See how they were very slow. They really should have moved up on that blind side. There were 5 would-be defenders on the London side, and they were having a little bit of a rest there, and Anderson picks himself up 4 valuable points.
Paul Deacon's goal, by the way, takes him to 200 Super League points for the season. He is the first man to reach that milestone, and this is the delayed match from round 7. It's the 20th game of the campaign. He's in a fantastic vein of form, Paul Deacon. Here is Vangenaar. Bradford aiming to go back to the top of the table to take over from the close rivals, the Leeds Rhinos, and they are due at Headingley for a cracker of a match a week on Friday, August the 8th. This, meanwhile, is Bradford, but they've coughed the possession up there. It was Lee Radford who tried to offload, and Tony Martin dropped on it gratefully. Now it's with Bowden for the London Broncos.
Tony Ray would be pleased. They were a lot quicker to get to that ball. One thing they didn't want was Bradford to get 2 sets of 6 yet again.
Here is Steele Rexless now for London. This is the Fourth game in 13 days. Sunday they take on the champions St Helens here. That'll be their fifth game in 17. It's grueling, it really is. But they've acquitted themselves well, and Tony Ray has been well pleased with the form that they've shown in this very busy period. This is Rob Purdom now for them.
Well, one thing you can be sure about the Broncos is that they are super fit.
Thorman passes the ball to Martin. Harpy gets to him, and that's the tackle completed.
Went for the power play, and rightly so. You've got to keep an eye on Chris Thorman in absolutely sensational form of late.
Indeed so. The younger scrum half, number 23, he's 22 years of age. And the hot mail about him is he's off to the Parramatta Eels next year. He will be plying his trade in the NRL in Australia. There were many clubs interested in his services, but we understand he has opted to head off down under, Steve.
No doubt about it. He has signed for a 1 year and he will have a 1 year option.
That ball was pinched. It was stolen. Was it a two-man tackle there, though, or did Deacon try to offload it? Anyway, London have got it back. They're not complaining.
That was a two-man tackle. Should have been a penalty there. Peden came in very late indeed. Not seen by the official Ian Smith.
It's Retchless to his feet. He plays the ball to Budworth. Budworth then finds Tony Martin. Martin back in the side. He missed the game at Leeds on Friday. He might have lost that as well as he played the ball. But anyway, it's with Dimmock. And here now is Thorman. And into the arms of Peden. And it's now Bradford's turn to defend. That's the last tackle.
What a hit from Joe Vangana.
Thorman again. Wide it comes to Dimmock. Dimmock will turn the angle the other way and straight down the throat of Leon Price.
Great play by the standoff there, Price. Knew the kick was going to come right across underneath the sticks. Price positioned himself absolutely superbly.
Naylor was the dummy half. Here is Jamie Peacock. What a season Jamie Peacock has had for the Bradford Bulls this year. Magnificent he has been. And London now are caught offside at the play of the ball. Too quick out of the blocks. Their back foot has to be in line with the referee until the ball plays or appears to play the football. If they don't stay there on the mark, then the penalty is given for offside. And that's what Ian Smith, tonight's match referee, has just done. Deacon deposits the ball into touch. The Bulls aiming to finish top of the table for the fourth time in 8 Super League years. They and St Helens certainly the most successful sides in the summer era. And here is Deacon now. He finds Vangana. The big Kiwi on the charge forward. They are 22 metres away. Now James Lowes to Naylor. Lowes again. Here it comes to Deacon. Deacon misses out. Forshaw finds Price. Price trying to fool Jim Dimmock and looking to offload to find Radford, but eventually takes the tackle. 4 gone this set of 6. Here is Forshaw. Will scamper from dummy half. Forshaw does well to get the ball away to Lowes, and Lowes straightens it up. Oh, and the ball was
hit the referee. Scrum down.
It'll be head and feet Bradford because they were last in possession.
It was a wily old fox, isn't he, James Lowes? And you wonder whether he passed that directly right into the head of Ian Smith. And Lowes is claiming already, likes a bit of a chat as a hooker. What a great shot. Well done, Ian Smith. Just nodded it down. Very nonchalant.
I don't think it was intentional, though. Here is Deacon. And now it's with Forshaw. And that gap was quickly closed there. Sykes was in very quickly. Lowes again, looking for the big man. This is Reardon. Stuart Reardon, the fullback, wrestled to the ground by Budworth. Lowes is there again. Anderson's just waiting, but Lowes goes the other way. On the bounce, it finds Deacon. Deacon then on to Peacock. Peacock all wrapped up. There are 2 upstairs, as you see. 1 low down, which was Thorman. Leon Price waits. They've lost a bit of momentum here. Have the Bulls. It's with Deacon. They were waiting for the pass to Anderson. It never came. Price. Price over under the sticks. Right through Rob Purdom. Bradford looking really hot early. And, well, the referee had no option other than to put the scrum down and give head and feet to the team last in possession when the ball struck him in the face, and Bradford take full advantage of that.
This is the incident. As soon as it hit the official's head, they have to put the scrum down. The attacking side has to get the head and feed, but this is very poor defence. Nice dummy though by Leon Price to stand off. Just through the shimmy. You can see there they've gone out wide. Very, very slow start. Mistake brought about Anderson's try, and it was also being caught offside, which allowed the Bulls to get into the position. This should be easy for this fella.
This then for a 12-0 lead early on for Bradford. Into the wide blue yonder here in London. 12-0 the Bradford Bulls over the London Broncos. Let's go to the sideline and talk to Phil. Clarkey, Steve-O looks a bit shattered after the penultimate stages of the trek. How are you going?
No, he's going really well. In fact, there's three of us, you know, in the team doing it. Not only myself and Steve-O, but we're very fortunate to have Dave Hadfield, who's the writer for the Independent newspaper. He's done the whole journey so far as well, and he's writing a book on the event, so there'll be one or two stories he tells on Steve-O when it all comes out, the proceeds of that going to the Outward Bound Trust. But just going back to the game, I think they've done well with the kick-off. Bradford kept it in play. It's so important, and the two tries we've seen so far have come as a result of Bradford being close to the London line, hence the reason why London just have to play with good field position. They can't afford to concede any penalties because that allows Bradford to attack the line, and also they must put as much pressure as possible on Paul Deacon when it comes to putting his kicks in. We've seen how accurate he can be in pinpoint accuracy of those, and the mistake that London made was very costly for them in the first try. Again, you just see how easily though Bradford can get out to their own half with the power they have in the forwards.
Indeed so. Lowe's plays the ball to Radford. Here is Deacon, looks for Anderson and finds him. Anderson tackle low down by Bowden, but still gets the ball away. Deacon, on it goes to Price. Good hands here. This is Reardon. That's the fourth tackle, this set of six gone. Bradford really in the mood to go to the top of the table tonight. And Naylor with a little dab through. Mykona's hit it at pace. Sykes did really well. Mykona though back on his feet and still going for the line.
What an effort. Sheer strength by the winger there.
He's held up on the line almost there. And it comes back and wide to Price. Made a bit of a fumble. Price, he still managed to get through them. And Price is over. That's his second try of the night. Maybe time is catching up with the Broncos. Bradford are certainly catching up with the Rhinos at the top. And Leon Price, well, they came down yesterday, they prepared well for this. There's a problem for Tony Ray. There's no problems for Brian Noble. Leon Price's second try of the night. It's 16-0.
Super work there. Naylor put it in. The little dinky kick by Connor. Look at the strength here. Got to give him his credit. Paul Sykes put his body on the line. But you can see how London are straggling back. They really look tired. They've been dropping off the tackles. Did well to take this on the half volley. Dimmock went to a high. And Price goes in for number two. Try to get the ball back there. Long ball from Deacon. And you can see that this usually strong London defence, some are moving up, others are staying back. You pay the price, and it was that man Price that did it.
Keep going, Steve-O. Keep taking the tablets. Deacon adds the extras. It's 18-0. And I'll tell you something, the boys have walked into St Helens today. They then have jumped in a car and they have come down to the match here. They're in a car, immediately the game is over, back up north, and they walk from St Helens to Warrington tomorrow. Then we go to Widnes for a road show tomorrow night, and then it all finishes the trek at Widnes on Friday evening, and the lads will be walking in live on Sky Sports to the Holton Stadium. You've done a wonderful job, Steve-O, Clarkey and Dave Hadfield. Absolutely fabulous.
I must say, and our support team as well, we couldn't have done it without them, but I've never looked forward to a Friday as much in my life. Oh, I've lost my voice, my feet. Well, what feet?
Here is Anderson.
So many offloads that Bradford are doing with ease, and that is the problem now that London face. I mentioned the fact that they've been falling off the tackles. Tony Ray would have got the message out and say, come on, someone's got to start going low.
And this is Forshaw there, breaking through with ease. Oh, Lowe's just couldn't take that pass in. And it was dropped on gratefully by Damien Kennedy.
And a great example about what I was talking about is the fact that this forward, Mike Forshaw, just brushed past two would-be defenders They're all at sea, Eddie. They look very tired indeed, even early in the match.
Well, it was exactly the same as well, almost exactly. It was 14-0 after 14 minutes on Friday, and Leeds looked like they were going to really take London to the cleaners, but they dug in deep, did the Broncos, and they really made the Rhinos struggle in the second half, particularly at Headingley.
Well, it was Leeds that couldn't apply the killer touch.
Foreman with the kick over the top.
I get the impression that Bradford will remember it was a shock loss to London at Oxford. Nobody cheering that night.
He's lucky he's facing his own line then, Leslie Vinicola, when he fumbled that kick through. Yes, the victory at Odsal on June the 1st was the first shock of the year that has produced shocks aplenty.
Especially this week.
Yes, indeed. It's been a funny old week for the game. It's been a rough week at times, but this is where the players of Bradford and London can restore the reputation of this wonderful game. And here is Lowe's now. What a run from dummy half Lowe's, the captain. And here is Deacon on the last. Drills the kick through. An invitation for Price to chase for his hat-trick, but it's picked up by Sykes.
Good position there by the fullback. It had to be. Relentless pressure from the Bradford Bulls. They're up for this one. Got off to the fly at 18 points up. And I just get the feeling, like I say, Eddie, they will not ease up. Brian Noble knows very well that top of the table could rely on points difference.
Let's hear from Bill Arthur for the first time tonight. Bill?
Eddie, I think you've also got to take into account in the Broncos' defence just how patched up this side is that Tony Ray has had to put out on the pitch. Because he really had 18 players to select from going into tonight's game, and 4 of those are carrying injuries. Richard Marshall was ruled out with an ankle injury. He's got Billy Peden, who's injured. Francis Stevenson is injured out there as well. Tony Martin, Dennis Moran. They really are struggling, the Broncos.
Yes, they are. He's down to the bare bones, is Tony Ray. And as I say, they've got Bradford this evening, and then on Sunday they face St Helens. It's a tough old programme that they are in the middle of. And mind you, there's nothing much they could have done about it, because this pitch at Griffin Park has been relayed and has only come back into use in the past few weeks.
It's always a problem at playing the game at soccer grounds, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Here is Naylor.
And at least London have just tightened the ship up in regards to their defensive line. That's going to be a knock-on on a forward, taking a pick.
Parker was looking to get up and running. He managed to pick the ball up cleanly, I think, but there is the mistake.
Knock-on straight away, and it was forward.
I think it's the forward pass that they've been pinged for. The scrum will go down.
Come on, mate.
Well, Brian Noble is taking in the sunshine in the capital. Just setting on the stand behind us here. It still picks out Mr. Noble.
Yeah, go.
Nigel Roy. John Mabu is on his inside.
Right, all with me.
You know the quality of this Bronco outfit, Eddie, is that if they can get anywhere near the line.
Oh, and great team spirit as well, by the way.
Yeah, and they've also got the skills.
Mabu has offloaded. Well, he didn't offload. I think the ball was just dislodged. And Lowe's was the man who reacted first. Here is Parker again now.
Again, far too many missed tackles, far too many errors. Can't afford to do that against a team that's looking pretty in red on.
That was forward as well from Anderson. Well, they give it the knock on, but it certainly drifted forward.
I'm never surprised if Brian Noble gets a message out and say, come on fellas, I know we're 18 points up, but we don't have to force the pass on every occasion. Consolidate, kick and chase, make sure that you just apply that tourniquet to the opposition.
Andrew King, 10 metres inside his own half, he's grounded. Steve Hall, the winger, is on. And here is Billy Peden. Lucky to have played tonight. He had to face a late fitness test as well. A decent run from Neil Budworth. Offside against Bradford.
Well, I'll be surprised if London go for the 2 points. They really need possession. Quite a few of them fail to get back to the official.
Cheers.
They have gone for possession.
Just looking for them over there. Hold here. Hold.
2 penalties in the match, one apiece. Peden.
Now this is where the likes of Jim Dimmock and Chris Storman should come to the fore.
It's Retchless.
Two, off it, Jimmy.
Now this is the first real test of the Bradford defence. Budworth gives it some width to Steve Hall. Steve Hall with the leg bandage, you notice, at the top of the thigh. Problems there for him as well. Joe Mabou is the young man in at dummy half. First man through from the London Scholars to play in Super League. Great to see. Dimmock, dummy half again. Floats the ball to Thorman. Thorman, wide it goes. That's a great tackle by Price, but Peden still managed to get it in. He's grounded the ball.
He wants to check just to be sure, but I can assure you this will be TRY.
I think it's
Non-ball carrying arm hits the deck, and that is TRY, no doubt about it. Good effort. They will not lie down, will they? London. TRY up there, it comes.
Peden's try for London, just what they needed. Injured on Friday, but he's made it. He's featured in the last 14, playing his best football from second row now.
Took him a while to settle in. Remember the game against Halifax, he came up with a belter that day. This is the time to dig in. Good pass by Chris Storman as well. A little bit of hesitation in the Bradford defence. Price got to him, but Peden had enough strength.
So Billy Peden, one of the great servants of the Newcastle Knights. 190 appearances for Newcastle Down Under. This is the conversion from Thorman. Well, they will miss him next year. London 6, Bradford 18. And Tony Martin is already on his way to the New Zealand Warriors.
They see Leon Price between the devil and the deep blue sea, and it was going to be 4 points. Desperately got to his legs. Peden had the skill.
Peden with the try, and he's 33 years of age, Billy Peden. And they have some rebuilding to do here at Griffin Park next year. The London Broncos. Some stars departing. Mabou is picked up and dumped. Clarkey.
Most impressive performance I've seen from Bradford for a long time here now. Look at the speed of the defensive line. They've coughed up possession again, the London Broncos, and I feel sorry for them. They're coming against the Bulls in a real mood to rip and tear all the way through this London Broncos side. So much power. Every player seems to be playing more or less close to the best, and I think that when Leon Price plays at standoff, it allows him more time to have the ball in his hands and create more problems.
Price has got the ball in his hands here, and he got it away to Naylor. Naylor was looking to offload to Radford. Price has darted in to dummy half now. This is Bradford on the charge here. You saw there 8 breaks as Gilmore struggles to his feet. Lowe's, Parker taking on Tony Martin and Nigel Roy. Eventually they stop him. Vanicola was waiting, and he gets the pass from Lowe's, and he scores another Bradford try. Well, Vanicola, I thought, was going to shoot into dummy half. Lowe's pushed him out of the way and flicked the ball into Vanicolo's arms, and there was nobody at home in defence in this corner, and Vanicolo over for a simple try.
Poor first and second marking tacklers. Here's the mistake. Stevenson took his eye off the football, and from this, London was always going to be in a lot of trouble. They both went the same way. Very poor marking indeed. Martin, Nigel Roy, and this big fella picks up an easy 4. Quick thinking though by Jimmy Lowe's. Still got the goods as Mr. Lowe. Look at that. Both went the same way. You can't afford to do that at top class rugby league.
Well, Leslie Vanicolo is Bradford's top try scorer. 19 now in all competitions. 13 tries now in the Super League, their best. He didn't score against Castleford on Sunday, though. And Deacon with his 4th conversion attempt. He's pushed it wide this time. 22 points to 6, though. Bradford ahead here at Griffin Park.
One goes left, so does Bradford. Tight side, bang.
You're working the player too much. There's not enough movement.
Schoolboy stuff, defensive-wise. Super skills from the hooker, Jimmy Lowe's. There's a try scorer, Leslie Vanicolo.
Stay behind, boys.
He won't get one as easy as that, I'm sure.
This is Sykes with the kickoff, and Leslie Vinacolo to run it back. 8 rounds to go after this, as I say. Bradford visit Leeds on August the 8th for the big top-of-the-table shootout. It's 2 months since they led the field, knocked off the top by London's 22-12 win at Odsal on June the 1st. They really are back in the groove, and not only that, they are looking for their first ever win on this ground. Here is Naylor.
Again, we see Bradford quick play the ball, running from the dummy half position whilst London are backpedaling.
Peacock. Last tackle here, says Ian Smith. Lowe's down the line. Sykes, and there's a white wall that greeted him. Great kick and chase by Bradford. Here is Rob Jackson. Sinbin at Leeds on Friday, was at loan at Whitehaven last year. Rob Jackson, who gets to his feet there and plays the ball. Good defence from Bradford. And Forshaw penalised. Wouldn't get off Andrew King in time.
Just had a second snap. Had to be penalised, no doubt about it. We keep talking about the effect that it's having on our game, is the messing around in this tackle. Not allowing the man to play the ball quickly.
Yes, it's in marked contrast to what we see in the NRL every weekend on Sky Sports. On the bounce to Retchless, Forshaw round him like a terrier. Gets better with age, Mike Forshaw, doesn't he? 33 years old. Here is Joe Mabou at the other end of the scale, 19.
I can vouch for that.
Forshaw, you mean?
They'll get him better as you get older.
Well, there are certain exceptions that prove the rule, I suppose. Dimmock and Francis Stevenson.
Oh, that's awful.
Not the best pass. A tired pass
Well,
from Francis Stevenson.
I can't understand why they use such a big fella as a prop, as the first man to control the pass.
That was a nice dink over the top by Thornton, well picked up by Tavita Vaikona. Just a word about Francis Stevenson, by the way. He will really want to impress tonight. His dad Nigel won the titles in 1979 and 80 and 1881 with Bradford.
Boys on the ball.
Penalty here for the Bulls. Pressure is relieved once again.
Get your arm, mate.
This is the messing around that we were speaking about. I'm going to take my hat off to the little halfback, Chris Thorman.
Peacock nearly through again.
We know his qualities in attack, but he's got through a lot of work in defence, this Thorman.
There's so much movement in this Bradford side tonight.
Well, they've got the roll going, haven't they?
They look really eager. Could have been forward. It's Peacock. He's through Price as he nearly finished off by Francis Stevenson. Here is Deacon. Back on the inside. And a chance there for Reardon. Lowe's again. Dummy half. Can't get the ball away. Good tackle by Francis Stevenson. This is the last one. Price to Deacon. A stab through for Naylor. Now, is he onside?
He'll have to check for it. He'll make sure it's
touch and go, I think. Angles are always deceptive. We're looking from behind the play. No problem.
Yeah, it's okay. This will be TRY. Neat little kick through by Paul Deacon. They've combined quite a few times throughout the season.
No problem, man.
And when you've got such a commanding lead, you can give yourself a chance to try out all the set patterns, all the set moves. And that certainly was a good one.
Try is given. Scott Naylor.
Olympic, yeah.
England international try in the last 2 away wins at Castleford and Halifax.
Simple
kick through.
Simple basic skills. He knew exactly what was happening. We're going to have to do something to shore up the defence, but it's difficult to defend against super skills like this. Look at how it just pops up nicely. Boom. Wonderful stuff.
No problems for our video referee tonight, Ray Tennant. Deacon adds 2 more, 28 points to 6, Bradford. Well, they haven't won here before, but they look as though they're intent on winning here this evening. They've only ever beaten London at the Valley. They've lost on this ground in 2002, and at the Stoop in 1997 and 1998. They lost here 15-14 last year. And the 2001 away win against London came at Leicester's Rugby Union ground. Remember that time when we were on the road with Londoners? We always are, or at least London always are, during the course of the summer season.
I'm going to hand it to the Bradford coach, Brian Noble. Mentioned earlier that they were not going to take it easy, and they made sure that they got the forward roll. But it's the player that they've had from the dummy half position. Not only Jimmy Lowes has been running in there, I mean, quite a few other people just popping up foreshort, especially just trying to take the pressure off the hooker.
Lowes down the short side. This is Jamie Langley. Langley, he is an England Academy international. He captained the England Academy to their 2 test wins over the Aussie schoolboys last year. Outstanding young prospect. Paul Sykes traps the ball, runs it back. He almost gets around them. Naylor did well, and so too did Lee Radford to bring him down. Here now is Jackson.
Good work, London, trying to work the blind side. Something that Bradford have done to perfection tonight. But the way that Jimmy Lowes is controlling things out there is pretty to watch.
This is Thorman. Oh, Thorman nearly through, and a good tackle needed by Lowes. This is Dimmock. And Dimmock finds Mabou. And that's the last for London. Bradford's line stands firm for the time being. Here's Thorman. Now the kick to the in-goal area. And that's diffused over the try line by Tavita Vaikona. Quick tap is taken, and here is Vaikona.
Quite a few of the heads are going down in this London side. You can see there with the kick. No one applied any pressure. Peden was the first one to get anywhere near him. The winger had no pressure at all, took it with ease.
It's Lee Gilmore now. Pops the ball back to Shontaine Harpe.
Tony Ray, the London coach, will be wanting to just try to hang on and maybe get to his players and try to sort something out. They've got to work harder. First and second markers have been poor.
It's Vangenaar. They're hitting it hard and straight up the middle, Bradford at the moment. This is the last one. Deacon dabs the kick over again. And, Nigel Roy with work to do here. And he's forced. I think he's got over the try line. He has. He's got the ball back. That's terrific work. And now they're not standing square, Bradford.
Not happy, Brian Noble. Yeah, but he knows that Brian Noble would be upset with that.
Oh dear, they haven't found touch. Jim. They might do. Jimmy Dimmock. He nearly made a right porridge of this.
You can't take it off him like that.
No doubt about it. Shontaine Harpe was about a metre to the side rather than being up the front.
This is Thorman.
Tackle by Peacock. Good step as well from Thorman.
And now it's Dimmock, whose kick eventually did find touch. Hanging on to it, finds Tony Martin.
2 off in, Chris. And you're live.
Dimmock waits again at dummy half. Budworth was the runner. He elected to give it to Rexless instead.
3, Scott.
And Parker was first man to him.
Surely the step from Thorman now.
Here is Thorman. Last time they were in this position, they scored. London, they might do here with Bowden. Just held up short. And Dimmock. Back it comes to Thorman again. Thorman stabs the ball to the in-goal area. Vainikolo with work to do. And he does it.
You must admire the 2 wingers, Vaikona and Vainikolo. They've worked so hard. Take a hat off to Brian Noble. They work tirelessly on making sure that they drop back, always aware for when the kick goes into the corner.
3, Jim off it, Joe. Come on. Better this, guys.
Lowes to Leon Price. Oh, and Leon Price is through Budworth's attempt. And he's got Andrew King facing him. He's got Jimmy Lowe's arriving in support, turning them one way and the other. Oh, Leon Price! What a try for the hat-trick that is! What a try for Leon Price's hat-trick tonight! He broke through Budworth's attempted tackle, and then he twisted and turned and put doubt in the mind of the defender. And in the end, it just opened up for Leon Price, and he gratefully and gleefully accepts the hat-trick.
Well, if ever a guy is looking for a watch, this is him. Wonderful stuff. Just turned Paul Sykes inside out, and at the speed, Blanc puts the ball down. And the Bradford fans who have made the trek down to the capital are chanting easy. But this was sheer skill. In and out, that's quality. Hat-trick time.
And Brian Noble enjoyed that, and Leon Price would have done as well. It's his third hat-trick, so it's a hat-trick of hat-tricks for Leon Price. Scored a hat-trick against Leeds in 2000, Halifax in 2001, and now it's London in 2003. 3 hat-tricks. That was a terrific try.
It certainly was, but again, a huge problem for Tony Ray. He knows that their defensive line is just falling apart.
So here is Paul Deacon to try and add 2 more. Hits the post and goes the other way. That's a couple he's missed. 32 points to 6 though. Clarkie, down to you. They're impressive tonight.
Yeah, the biggest problem for Tony Ray is the fact that they're playing the Bradford Bulls at the wrong time of the year. I remember 5 weeks ago now it was, we saw them at home and be absolutely thrashed by a St Helens side, 35 points to 0. All of a sudden it seems as though they've regrouped, worked very hard in training. They put 4 wins together and they are now looking again like the most formidable side in Super League. Every player playing well, the wingers making a great contribution, forwards looking strong both in attack and defence, and Leon Price at standoff looking devastating.
Oh, and here they come again. Look at this, he's got Deacon in support. Deacon's got Vinacolo there as well. It goes into the arms of Vinacolo, and Bradford score another, courtesy of Vinacolo's second. Well, the travelling support is being thrilled by this. 14th try of the campaign for Leslie Vinacolo. Clarkie was just making the point. 4 consecutive victories. They've won 8 in a row away from home before tonight. They really are back in the groove.
Well, right from the kickoff, they were exceptionally slow. See how they're hanging back? You can't afford to do that. They're grouping. They're in all sorts of problems. Made the break, good support on the inside. Deacon knew he didn't have the legs. Thorman did well to get into position. But after Parker had made the bust, it was a little halfback, Paul Deacon, that offloaded to this fella. Good thinking as well. It coming from the whitewash and trailed down the middle. Parker just brushed them away. Surely this is an easy 2.
And it is. 38 points to 6. Well, as Clarkie rightly says, London have caught Bradford at the wrong time, and Tony Ray knows that this month, the glorious month of July they called it, but it is so tough to play so many games in such a short space of time. It simply is not on these days, but London, I'm afraid, they're going to pay the price, and it's nothing to do with them, to be fair, because this pitch had to be relayed, and that's why they couldn't use Griffin Park for a long time this season. And it's got, I was going to say it's almost got even worse then, because that ball might have sailed out on the full. As it is, Vanganar drove it forward.
Jaw movement.
Here is Reardon.
Rob, get out of there!
Just lacking in basics are the Broncos at the moment.
And now they've conceded a penalty because they're lying all over the man who is tackled. And that's fatigue.
Sheer desperation. No doubt about it. Retchless had done the job. Just hoping they can slow things down. But how on earth do you prevent this Bradford side, who have become famous over the last couple of seasons with having 3 quarters as heavy as the forwards,
Here is Gilmore, here is Naylor. It has been almost a procession, and look at the strength in the legs of Naylor there. They just couldn't get him down, and Vicona will go down the short side.
They've got over the advantage line with so much ease.
If it was a boxing match, Steve-O, the referee would be stepping in to stop it now.
Well, at this, missed tackles, London 21-2. You cannot afford to do anything like that and expect to be in the game.
And it's Harpy. He's almost through Martin with a bit of help from Purden. He's brought to the ground. Vainikolo into the arms of Langley. Langley fancies getting on the score sheet. 3 men stop him. Lowe's on the last tackle. Here's the big fella Parker, flicks it back to Deacon. It goes wide to Price. They have a man on the overlap out wide. Naylor to Vicona.
He scores.
It's another.
No doubt about it.
He's not. He wants just to check the grounding. He's not given it yet.
No doubt in my mind. Neat work by Naylor to put this fella in. Nothing wrong with that. On the line is sufficient. Any part of the ball touching the line, and there it is. That's try time for mine. Peden far too late. That's a try. It'll surprise me if this is disallowed.
Ray Tennant is having a good long look at this.
It's a try, it hit the whitewash.
In terms of the importance in the match, it matters little. The try is given. Vicona.
Well, I have the confidence, Eddie, because Ray Tennant is probably one of the best video referees that we've got. But the referee Ian Smith did the right thing. You've got the technology, use it.
Well, they're scoring at the rate of more than a point a minute now, Bradford. And heaven only knows what will happen in the second half when all this work that London are having to do, chasing back, tackling. Heaven only knows what it's going to happen when the second half drags on towards the hour mark. Deacon with a conversion attempt has missed it. 42 points to 6, could have been worse. Deacon has missed 3. There's the half-time siren. What a first 40 from Brian Noble's men against the tired and jaded looking Tony Ray's London Broncos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 tries in that first half. 1 from London. I don't know what on earth Tony Ray can do. There are tired troops out there. And London Broncos are on the wrong end of a 42-6 scoreline. Warm evening too in the capital. A few of the London players coming into this match carrying injuries as well. This one of the best of the 8. Leon Price's hat-trick. And the Bradford Bulls are on their way back to the top of the table, aren't they? 42-6. Let's get straight down to Bill. Half-time news.
I tell you what, Eddie, this game is certainly a masterclass for the young men who are here from the London and South Development Camp. They're there this week at Epsom College, a whole group of them, and they're here this evening in the crowd to watch this game. There they are, 32 of them, and they're seeing the Bradford Bulls at their very best, and that's what the coach Brian Noble wants to see in the second half. More of the same, please, from his side. Delighted with that first 40 minutes. Not a flaw really to be found in their performance, and he'll be very pleased if they can follow it up in the second half. I suppose that is the challenge. The temptation would be to take their foot off the gas. For the London Broncos, very much a damage limitation case in the view of coach Tony Ray. Too many mistakes in that first half, too many missed tackles, too many spilled balls, just too much of everything for his liking, and he really would like to see his side at least salvage some pride in this second half.
Yes, they're fighting for their pride, and it's a bright enough opening. It was a good kick and chase. They're going to have to dig really deep, though, in their resources. London.
Chris, hold me, hold.
Whether they've got the petrol, that is a big problem. And that was the problem in the first half, was allowing the man from dummy half to skip away. They had 23 missed tackles, London.
Here is Gilmore for Bradford now.
Hold the line, last.
It's better set of 6 this for London. That was the last, and Jimmy Lowe's has gone for a 40-20. He hasn't quite got it, but he's found touch just the same.
Been a near perfect game from the hooker.
Steve, if you look at this pitch at Griffin Park, it reminds me size-wise of Valley Parade. And Bradford were just about invincible at Valley Parade, weren't they?
Keep it going, fellas.
Yeah, but the skills that they've showed as well today has been superb. But if you allow a side like Bradford plenty of room to move around, plenty of space, as Tony Ray mentioned, and far too many errors really just stopped the Broncos from getting any roll on. I must say that when this guy came in, he did 13 tackles in that first half when he came off the bench.
He's got a penalty here for London. By the way, in case any Leeds and St Helens fans watching and listening tonight are going to drop me a line and tell me that the Bulls weren't invincible at Valley Parade. I did say nigh invincible. I know that Leeds beat them in the Cup there last year, and St Helens did likewise in the Super League.
I knew what you meant.
Well, I know you did. Here is Bowden. It's a more enthusiastic start to the second half for London, albeit only 3 minutes old or thereabouts.
Well, it was Bowden that sort of resurrected in the second half against Leeds. Can he do exactly the same thing?
Purdom was unlucky then as it came off Paul Price. Had he taken that in, he was over under the sticks.
Come down, Bradford, and feed.
Just offloaded a little bit too early. The anguish on the face of Tony Ray. He knew it was going to be tough. So many games in such little time. And they expanded a lot of energy in that wonderful fight back at Headingley last week. I get the impression it really has taken it out of this London outfit.
Harpay. Montaigne Harpay, 22 years of age. He was a junior Kiwi in 1999. This is Leslie Vinacolo, fully fledged New Zealand international now. And that's Jamie Langley.
Yes.
Plays the ball to Lowe's. Here is Deacon. Deacon to Price.
That was forward anyway.
Flat pass to Jamie Peacock, or forward, depending which way you looked at it. London have got it back.
No doubt about it.
To be a fish.
I must say though, we saw the stat there. 19 runs from dummy half from Bradford. Shows you the influence of Jimmy Lowe's in that first half.
This is Nigel Roy. London's immediate aim, Steve, will be surely to win the second half, won't it?
It certainly is. We'll just shore up the defence and make sure they kick and chase. You can always tell when a side is tired how fast they chase the ball.
And Bowden took that on all fours almost.
Jimmy! Come on.
Lost a little momentum. Budworth here at dummy half. Finds Thorman cleanly this time. It's with Purdom. Back to Thorman. And Thorman then to Jackson. A good tackle by Scott Naylor. Purdom on the last to Sykes. Hoist the kick. Oh, and that's into the stands.
Turnover.
That nearly finished up in the Thames.
Oh, have a marker. Turnover.
Just hasn't been their night, has it?
Just about urgent.
Brookside is the full-back.
Hey.
The real key to it, though, for Tony Ray's men is to make sure that they get through the sets of 6 and put themselves into a position.
No problem.
There's no real stars out there, and you'd have to think that Tony Ray now will be looking towards the weekend game against St Helens, and maybe what's the point of bringing on Dennis Moran? Just leave him there. There's no point in to come out. We know who's going to win this game.
Here is Peacock.
3, Neil!
Another penalty.
Joe Mabou just had hold of the leg.
Deacon deposits the penalty into touch.
Joe, come on, now silly. Where we go? Hold here, hold.
Lowe's will restart.
Hey. Come on.
42-6. No doubt Brian Noble has said to the players out there all the set patterns and moves that they work on. This is the time to make sure that they do it, utilise it, gain the confidence.
Rob Parker plays the ball to Lowe's. On the run around is Forshaw. Helps it on again to Reardon. Goes wide to Deacon. Quick hands again to Harpay. Here is Vinacolo, the volcano. Into touch, is he?
No, I think he lost
the referee
it anyway.
wants to check with the video referee. He thinks he scored.
Good
if
effort.
he has, it's a hat-trick.
Good effort. I think he maybe just loses this. Yeah. No try.
Well, that's your view. Ray Tennant is the best in the business, you say?
Yep. I don't think he has control. Just looking to see whether he's in touch.
I think he dropped it.
Is his knee, but I think he's lost control of that. I'm going to go for no try. I have the faith in Mr. Tennant. Sliding down the ball. I don't think that's control. But it wouldn't be the first time that Ray has made a fool of me. And I'm sure it wouldn't be the last. But I don't think he's got control there. I think the fingers are sliding on the outside of the ball. I'll stick to no try.
Vainikolo has celebrated, but Ray Tennant's view is no try. And a 20-metre restart, which, strangely enough, Bradford were lining up for. See? Here is Retchless. Well, 7 minutes, no points against them. It's a bit of a moral victory, this, for London so far.
Hold me! Hold!
At least they have, as you say in the golf course, when you level a hole in match play after losing 6 on a row, you've stopped the bleeding. And this is Peden.
Forward, Mike! Mike!
Foreman to Purdon. Price is all round him.
Here, Paul Deacon. Last.
Retchless. Thorman, lovely drop of the shoulder twice. Couldn't get away though from Rob Parker. Caught in possession, that's the turnover. Maybe he didn't quite hear the call.
Well, I think he knew it. He was put under pressure, Thorman, but
Gilmore.
you could actually see that there was no support.
Who wants that?
Oh, great play.
Reardon did.
Wonderful stuff there.
Come on.
Retchless looked odds on to get to that football.
Peacock.
2 hands out!
His coach yesterday, Brian Noble, just put a little word out about Jamie Peacock. Believes he is a candidate, Steve-O, for Man of Steel. He's played so well this year. Number 12 there, bottom of your screen.
Without doubt.
Vangenaar.
If you play well throughout the season, you've got to be in there.
Great offload from Vangenaar to Deacon.
Joe, movement forward! Come on, Bill.
You've got to be in the mix.
Well done. Yeah,
If you're doing it week in, week out.
Lows to Forshaw. They're 10 metres away. Bradford on the last.
Now will Jimmy come up with a set move?
He's found Deacon, who stabs it to the in-goal area. Oh, great try from Leon Price. Could be number 4 here.
If he's onside, it will be.
He hasn't even gone to the video referee. He was so quick off the mark there, Leon Price. That's 4 for Price.
Well, the set move came about. Deacon, little dink, made sure that the ball was slowing down. Leon Price, well onside. Second occasion that the kick and chase has come up trumps for this fella. Had control, the downward pressure. See out on the left-hand side of the screen that he was onside. Got there well before Sykes could apply the pressure. Number 4 for the standoff.
Leon Price has just equalled the Bradford Super League record for tries in a match. Nathan McAvoy, Michael Withers and Robbie Paul. This is the first time in 3 years that anyone has scored 4 in a match. Leon Price. And Deacon here to add 2 more points to the Bradford score. Which he does. 48 points to 6. The Bulls are on the way to the top of the table, Clarkey.
Yes, they are. They're looking pretty impressive. You know, this is probably the best they've played since they demolished the Leeds Rhinos at Odsal earlier in the season, and I suppose this is a very similar performance, really. They've just been dominant throughout. Chatting to a friend of mine over here from Sydney on holiday at the moment, and was just commenting on the size of the Bradford players. She thought as a rugby league team they were enormous, and when they combine the size and the skill that we've seen tonight, they're a formidable team to play against.
One here from the kickoff.
Knock on.
Oh, he's got him for the knock on, has he?
Yep.
He has.
Just couldn't gather it in.
That's hard luck because Vinocola was closing in on this from the kick-off. I thought Martin had caught it cleanly.
It's an awkward bounce, just stood up there, but you'll see he just gets a fingertip to it.
Oh, what a shame.
Yep.
No, it was a knock on here. Come on, Ed,
Good piece of play, though.
And no need for him to refer that to the video referee. That's good refereeing from Ian Smith.
Don't have a push.
He's had a good season as well, Mr. Smith. Ian, that is.
So are we seeing the referee of the year? We are preempting, aren't we, tonight?
Well, from what I've seen, this fella and Kirkpatrick have been outstanding.
And Russell Smith's always there or thereabouts as well. This is Jamie Langley. Bill?
Eddie, just one downside for the Bradford Bulls, an injury to Scott Naylor. He says it's nothing serious. The physio says he's just got a bang on the shoulder. And at the same time, Leon Price has come off, a well-earned breather for the four-tri Bulls hero. And on has come young Chris Bridge, only his second appearance for the Bradford Bulls. And he is one for the future. Worth a watch, Chris Bridge.
Hold. Go.
Yes, look out for him. 26. He's in Darryl Powell's Irish squad for the European Championship this year.
Chris,
and there he is, making the tackle on Nigel Roy. And involved again with Deacon.
3 hands out. Hold me, Chapter. Hold.
And Billy Peden was the man who was brought to the ground. Thorman, it goes wide. This is Jackson.
Forward, Lee. Here.
Now King.
Jimmy,
well, it'll be a question now, I think, of whether Bradford just drop the intensity. What do you think, Steve-O, as Thorman dabs that through?
I don't think they will. I think they realise that... oh, that's great play. Tony Martin.
Oh, and Dennis Moran is on.
Well, that surprised me.
2, Steve.
He's come on for Budworth, so presumably he'll just operate around the ruck area and direct the traffic. This is Jamie Peacock.
3. Don't have a push.
They surely... Well, they would be almost finished for Sunday if Moran got a bang. Another one. He's playing half fit anyway.
I can't understand why he should risk it. It looks like
there is an injury here.
I think it's Peden down.
Or is it Hall? It's Steve Hall.
Oh, it is.
Only just back after injury.
He's outside.
And a kick over the top by Deacon. It stands up for Andrew King.
A bit dangerous there as well.
This is Sykes. That's not a bad little run, though.
He's worked hard as Paul Sykes. As you can imagine, with a scoreline like that, he's had a lot coming at him.
Well, look at that. 48-6 up, and Anderson comes on for Joe Vangenaar. It's cruel, isn't it? As I say, boxing match, Steve-O, this would have been stopped at half-time to save the opposition from further punishment. But it is offering London at least a chance to get back on the tracks for the visit of Saints on Sunday.
And that's a mere point why I'm saying, why risk? That's a forward pass.
Forward pass from Thorman to Jackson.
He's a thinker, been trying everything. Little doubt about that. Can't use momentum rule in that way because Thorman was actually going the opposite direction when he offloaded.
Are you surprised, Steve, that Chris Thorman, I know the lifestyle will be fantastic, are you surprised that he's going to Parramatta at this stage of his career?
Not really. I think you take the opportunity that presents itself, and there's no finer way to increase your ability than to play in the toughest competition in the world, and I hate to say it is.
And unlike you, when you
Australia.
went in the 70s, Chris Thorman will still be eligible to play for Great Britain, won't he?
3, Chris.
Yeah, rather sadly, they as soon as I got on the plane, my farewell gift was saying you can't play for your country again. Thankfully, that has all been sorted out.
And that's stealing the ball, more than one man in the tackle, off Mike Forshaw.
I'm not so sure. I think he lost possession there. I think they've been badly done to. Stevenson was going in for the tackle, and he certainly wasn't looking at the football.
Don't go early.
Here is Anderson.
So much power, they close it tight, and this fella, dummy half, he can utilise anything. Does he go on the blind side? On this occasion, the short pass.
Rob Parker plays it to Lowe's. Here is Deacon. Deacon got the ball away to Lee Radford.
We'll take the knock on, no advantage.
Well, I think
And they forced the error.
I think Lee Radford thought perhaps he might have been near the try line, because that's how it certainly looked to me. Watch him plonk this ball down. Well, maybe he lost it.
I think he lost it.
Well, a lot stronger defence.
Head in, Mike. Still in, still in.
There was a little drag there by Francis Stevenson as well.
No penalty. Release it.
Tackled by Bridge.
Look at this defence, though. That they really are in the face of London. They've never allowed them to have any space.
An extra post there. No, Mike. Oh. Listen.
Well, Mike Forshaw upset with something out there.
He's upset with Rob Jackson.
Mike.
Only 10 penalties in the match, and they're evenly shared. Peden for London.
How?
They've won just 5 of 17 in Super League against the Bulls. They were looking for their first ever league double over the men from Odsal tonight. Not to be. Moran to Purdom.
Again, wonderful defence. They're lining up the man.
And this is Dimmock. Dimmock looking to get something for the Broncos here. This is Purdom.
What a big hit.
Pass on your line, Wayne. Pass.
And he's hurt.
Time off. Rob, you want something else, play it?
Yes, he is. The referee calls time off to allow Rob Purdom to receive some treatment.
What a crunch this is from Rob Parker. Boom. That'll be one thing tonight that Brian Noble will be impressed with. The urgency that his side has shown in defence, the ability and the speed that they've got up to get into the faces of the opposition. Just checking that everything's all right at the top of the spine.
Well, he's a Cumbrian, as you say, Rob Purdom. He might well face New Zealand Day in October with his brother Gary, who's at Whitehaven, where he was before. His ball's bouncing everywhere, and Harpy has it.
Yeah, head and feet to London. Bobbled all over the place, but the winger got a fingertip to it. Just ricocheted. Harpy knocks it back. Vainicolo got the fingertip to it. Well spotted by Ian Smith. Harpy looking a little bit confused. He thought he was the culprit. Now then, what can the Broncos pull up now? Again, great defence.
Fantastic stuff from Bridge, out to make a mark here this evening. Here is Bill Peden. You think it was 8-6, not 48-6 the way Bradford are defending.
On your line!
Moran, dummy half, Rexless. Cut down by 2 tacklers. Radford and Forshaw. Moran again. Thorman driving it in hard, but again Anderson flying in with the tackle. Moran once more, stab to the in goal from Moran's chasing it, and it's knocked dead. Knocked dead. Good work by Reardon.
Got back quickly. Well, slowly but surely the Broncos are getting back into this match. The Bulls were just running rampant in that first half, and we saw a quick shot of the little fella Dennis Moran has been in scintillating form. A man who's come up with 3 hat-tricks already this season, but I'm afraid he's taking second billing to one Leon Price at the moment. 4 tries to the Bradford standoff, maybe more to come.
Well, London, to their credit, are digging deep again in the second half here. Match beyond them, though, unfortunately, tonight, but playing for pride. Thorman finding Purdom. And this is terrific defence from Bradford. Moran. Rexless. Dimmock. Good ball. And Francis Stevenson nearly through. This is Dimmock. Goes wide and on the bounce. They're in here. And it's Paul Sykes. He's not given it yet.
No, it wasn't forward.
Just checks with the touch judge, and he can't say it's with forward, so I think he's going to give this.
No try, forward pass.
No try, forward pass.
Well, I thought well, I know
He didn't go to the video referee.
He hasn't gone to the screen, but he went to one touch judge and overruled him.
Oh, we made, Joe!
Well, it was actually, to be fair, the touch judges have done well there.
Cheers.
Well, it's a forward pass.
Hold!
I mean, it matters naught in the context of the game, as I say, but
Dennis! Oh, we made!
it was forward. London denied.
Forward! Don't have a push! Come on!
Bridge plays the ball to Vicona. Moran and Peden, but he still manages to get the ball away to Deacon. On it goes to Foreshort, wide it goes to Harpy. He's got Vinokola with him. Vinokola keeps his feet somehow. Support on his inside. And here is a try to Jamie Langley. His first for Bradford in the Super League. He'll remember this trip to the capital. The England Academy captain in those 2 test wins against the Aussie schoolboys. He made history last year, and he's just written a bit of his own history as well with his first try for Bradford.
Well, it was one wing that started it, offloaded. Been another great feature by the Bulls tonight, but watch this for centre play. Boom. Just sucked in the fullback Sykes back on the inside, as Eddie said. You'll remember this for a long, long time, and rightly so. Look at the smile on the face of the man who passed the ball to him, Vinokola.
So the first try for Jamie Langley. And Paul Deacon, well, 6 from 9 for him. This should be 7 from 10 because he's bang in front of the posts. The Bulls are over the 50 mark. It's 54 points to 6.
Well, we know he's going to win. And this is the time where London at least should be a little bit more positive and practice the short kickoff. Mainly due to the fact that if they put it deep, I don't really think they have the legs. They're so tired.
Well, talking of legs and tired, Clarkey, you were 6 hours on the road pounding the beat with Steve-O today, then another 4 in the car, and London Broncos and certainly the Bradford Bulls, they have treated you to a great display, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. You know, massive sympathy for the London Broncos players and their fans in the second half. When you consider, I think the scoreline in the second half is 12 points to 0 in favour of Bradford, but it could very easily have been the reverse of that. London have played very well, but they've just not had the luck, have they? A couple of tries, decisions have gone against them, and the class really of the Bradford players on the 2 opportunities they've scored, they've turned into 12 points. It's very, very hard, isn't it? London have lifted their game, but Bradford have just got the difference in ability when they need to. They can turn up the speed and create some points.
Oh, look at this break here from Anderson. He's got Forshaw in support, and Forshaw has got Chris Bridge. He also has James Lowes. That's a great try from Bradford. Great try again. Well, it could go horribly, horribly wrong for London in the last quarter of an hour here. It's bad enough now, but that was sensational handling. And what a break from Anderson here.
Yeah, but tired tackling. Moran went high, Bowden off balance. Forshaw did well through the dummy. And Lowe says, I'll have an easy one. It's going to be difficult to stop them now. So many game breakers in this Bradford side. And I'm afraid the toll of missed tackles in the front line of defence continues to go up the ladder. Jimmy Lowes, always a popular player with the Bradford fans. Doesn't mind a little chat with the officials from time to time, but he's still got it. In the twilight of his career, but he still has the skills, as was proven in that first half.
Yes, he does, and here is Deacon to try and add his 8th successful kick of the night, which he does. It's 60 points to 6 already. This is London's heaviest ever home defeat in Super League. Their previous worst mark was 52 points to 24 defeat against Halifax, 16th of June 1996, and they're on course here to eclipse their heaviest ever defeat in the Super League, which was by, coincidentally, Bradford in June 1999, when they were hammered 74 points to 12. Bradford in rampant form tonight.
Well, with just under 15 minutes to go,
we could be rewriting the records.
Yeah, it's going to be tough on this London outfit.
Don't go early! Don't go early!
It just shows you that even though all these players are super fit. Oh, great pass. Lovely play from Langley.
Here they come again. This is Harpy.
What a pass from the youngster.
And they've conceded a penalty here. Heard them all over the grounded man.
Well, they're putting their bodies on the line and coming up with injuries. Very slow to get back into the defence. See that? They're only taking one step forward at London. That's how tired they are.
Let go!
Well, when you see Anderson running at you, you'd be actually excused for taking a step back. Lowe's. Here he is again, Anderson. He's held up, is he?
He'll go to see whether his momentum had stopped. He gets it down eventually.
Whether he's going in there, whether it's on his leg, whether we've got a double movement. Just check the grounding, please, Ray.
Could be another try for Anderson.
Roy did well to spin him over. Still moving, so the tackle is incomplete. Now then, is he still moving here? And this is the point in time. Lost it. No try.
Well done, Ian Smith.
Told you it was one of the best, didn't I? N-O-T-R-Y.
And a 20-metre restart for London in the shape of Dennis Moran. Here is Bowden.
In normal circumstances, if it was a position where the game could have been going one way or the other, Anderson perhaps would have just made sure he held on to the ball because he knew they would have got head and feet at the resulting scrum.
They all want to do their individual statistics, the power of good tonight. This is Gilmore, all over the top of the man in possession, who was Jackson.
Hold!
Seems like they have the... He went backwards off Jackson. They were fortunate then. It seems like they have the desire... Oh, that's a bouncing ball all over the shop. London keep hold of it, courtesy of Martin, but it's on the last. They've lost the momentum here. I was going to say, Steve, I just wonder whether Bradford just want to keep this second half scoreless as far as London are concerned.
Would have been a point that Brian Noble would have explained to them.
Look at the missed tackles for London.
Yeah. You can't afford to do that. But it is a tired side. I know it's not an excuse. You can't, because they're professionals, but they are putting their body on the line. They are trying as hard as possible. But not only are the legs feeling tired now, we've just seen a couple of poor passes. The arms are getting tired too. Oops.
Well, Langley got away with that. He might have done against another side, and Vinacolo was ankle tapped and had to release the ball. He was on his way over the touchline, and now London have the penalty. Well, Bradford are trying all the tricks in the book and trying to entertain us.
On that short side.
Thanks, guys.
Did well there, did Sykes. Put the pressure onto him.
Yeah.
Amazes me, Vinacolo, that hairstyle, Eddie. Ideal sort of little handles on his head to tackle, isn't it?
Stevenson, Purdom here. Ball is dislodged. Play on. It's hit the deck and gone into the arms of Deacon. And here comes Reardon. Yes. You haven't got the problem of handles, have you, Steve? Well, you've got ears, I suppose. You've got handles a little bit further down.
They're not little. A little bit of shed off.
I was going to say, what have you lost in this trek? You must have lost a couple of stone, haven't you?
2 feet, I think.
Yes.
3, Chris! Come on, hold the line.
Vanganar. And Bradford is wrestled to the ground.
You can see the Bulls just queuing up to go through the repertoire of
Knock on.
He's overrun it, the first knock on. Just wait for him.
Vanganar says, sorry lads.
And James Lowes is having a right go at some of his players because he knows they're getting just a little bit sloppy. Look at him. He's not happy.
Yeah.
Phil,
just take a yard, mate.
you must have been impressed with everybody out there, but the Bradford fans, they'll be happy that Leon Price has hit top form. So would David Waite.
Yeah, he would. He's a dangerous player. He's just about to come back onto the field, and I can't wait to see him take on the defenders like he did in that first half. You know, when you see Bradford play in this sort of mood, it's almost impossible to think how can they be beaten. But I suppose the beauty of this competition is that 1 week you can be great and the next not so good, and that gives an opportunity for every team. A positive, I think, for any London Broncos, although you need to be patient to wait for it to mature, because I think Joe Mabu's been a very strong contributor to the match so far, as London put a good kick through.
Well, I'd have to agree with Clarkey, because his defensive work, he's worked tirelessly in this since he came off the bench. And he's obviously going to be the start of the future. Joe Mabu.
Well, interesting that Leon Price might be on his way back, because the Super League record for tries in a match is 5. And he's got 4 already. So he could be easily making some more history here tonight, Leon Price. Bill?
Well, Eddie, just on that point, Leon Price is very keen to come back on. In fact, he is going to come back on now, placing Stuart Radford. With that in mind, he's well aware of the statistics out there, that he's got 4 to his name already, and 1 more would put him top of the charts as far as the Bulls go.
Indeed, and the all-time Super League record, as I say, is 5. Mike Umanga of Halifax, Jason Robinson of Wigan, Kevin Iro of St Helens, Tony Smith when he was at Wigan, and Anthony Sullivan when he was at St Helens. So he would join an exclusive club if he gets over for another try, Leon Price. And he's back out there now.
Let's bind. Out. Paul.
He's got just a shade over 8 minutes to score another try.
Paul Anderson, get your foot out.
Purdom. Nigel Roy, little gap opened up. Chris Bridge with the tackle. Jackson the dummy half. Forshaw standing firm, and Bridge again.
Discipline. Hold.
Purdom to Peden.
See the wide shot. Now this Bradford Bulls outfit, they're doing man-on-man defensive line.
This is Mabu.
Come on, Paul Deacon.
Some of the tackling tonight from Bradford has been outstanding.
Moran to Dimmock. And wide to Thorman. Little pop pass to Martin.
Chris, off it, last.
Thorman on the last tackle. Dimmock hoists the kick to the corner, looking for King, and King gets in front of Vicona, and if he'd have taken that cleanly, he'd have scored.
Good leap. Just couldn't handle it. Certainly touched it. That's why the tap restart on a 20. Now, will the next break prove, or will they just offload to give Leon Price that record?
A lot of players say they don't know about records. They only know about breaking a record when they leave the field. Interesting that Bill says that Leon Price anxious to get on because he knows all about the 5 tries in a match. And the reason why Leon Price knows is that Bill Arthur told him. Good on you, Bill. This is Peacock. Mind you, London will say you've done them no favours. And it's Lowes. And there is Price.
Play on.
Play on, it was touched. Still play on. This is Steve Hall. It was touched by a London hand. That's why it went back towards their own posts. Well, they'd be glad to get the final siren now.
Great refereeing there by Ian Smith. Get the advantage first to go, and then once they fail to get it, just to see this the game flow. Went backwards. He's worked so hard. So is this fella as well, Sykes.
Well, he's up against his former club, of course, Paul Sykes. And I always think they're a little bit more robust with Rusty Bowden on. He was looking for a penalty then. Here is Martin. He's going on his way over the touchline.
10 metres.
It'll just be done quietly in the boardroom, and it will take no shine off what is to come at Old Trafford in the middle of October.
Rightly so.
Another penalty for Bradford, as fatigue just takes its final toll on this London side. But credit them for their second half performance. It was 42-6. They've only chipped in 3 tries this second half. 11 in all for Bradford.
It's amazed me.
Well, they were on course for 100, weren't they?
Yep.
Not played properly.
Moved off the mark.
Don't matter, there were nobody pushing you. You tried to. he's
Just inquiring.
No, he wasn't. No, he was nowhere near it.
Bit of cramp there in the background for Tony Martin, notice. Well, can London lift now for Sunday, Steve-O, in the game against St Helens here?
I think they can. Tony Ray obviously will just put them through a very light workout. No doubt they'll be in the swimming pool tomorrow morning. With those tired legs working yet again. That's play on.
Next opponent for Bradford, by the way, home to Huddersfield on Sunday evening at Odsall. Wonder how Huddersfield will cope now that the news that Tony Smith is on his way to Leeds come the end of the season. Maybe we will debate all this if we have time at the end of tonight's show. If not, it'll be a conversation on Friday at Widnes, I'm sure, when Stuart Raper's our guest. There's the full-time siren, and Ian Smith says that will do.
Away! Go, take him away.
Mr. Jackson and Mr. Lowe just having a little chin wag.
Well, just a moment. It isn't the end of the match because the referee's taking a report from his touch judge. And it seems like Jimmy Lowes was involved in something.
Jimmy, just listen. Jimmy, listen to this.
Tackle's complete. Jimmy Lowes and just on the punch of Bob Jackson.
Jimmy, do your hand next.
Yeah, it was high. Jackson would have felt that. Rightly so, he wanted to retaliate. That was silly. He's had a good game, Jimmy Lowes. Just to lose his cool.
Well, he's given the penalty, so the penalty has to be taken. And
it's tap and kick, isn't it?
well, it's just tap and take the tackle. And I would think for London, let's get out of here. He's looking for a try out wide. Vinacolo has it, and there's the last tackle of this match, and that will do. Well, Tony Ray takes the headsets off, a disconsolate figure. Brian Noble struts down the touchline on the far side to shake the hand of all his players. 60 points to 6, Bradford win. No one can say it's a hollow victory just because London have had this horrendous run of matches. It is nothing hollow about beating a side by 54 points, and that's what Bradford have done. They're at the top of the table. They've overtaken Leeds Rhinos. There's a symmetry now about the Super League table in Tetley's Super League 8. All the clubs now have played 20 games, and Bradford will say that the usual order of things has been achieved. They are at the top of the table. Look who's top now. And they want to be top of the table for the 4th time in 8 Super League years come the end of the weekly rounds. Well, the man of the match is the man who got the 4 tries, Leon Price. Leon takes home the Tissot watch, and he also takes home the memory of an interview with William Arthur.
It's always a memorable moment. Leon, congratulations. There you go, another man of the match performance, but that probably one of the best?
Yeah, you know, we've had a very good preparation this week. Come down yesterday, and you know, all the boys really switched on. London turned us over earlier this year at home, so we had a point to prove to ourselves. So we're happy.
Was that a bit of a motivation?
It was the motivation that we'd lost at home, and you know, and that started a bit of a rot for us. So we wanted to come here and prove a point to ourselves and to our fans.
And it really was. It went like clockwork, didn't it?
Yeah, it did early doors. You've got to remember that London have played 4 games in 2 weeks, so their boys were really tired, you know, so we can't take anything away from them. You know, they had a really big dig, but the boys were really switched on tonight, and you know, I think we're too good in the end.
Were you aware that one more try would have put you top of the charts as far as tries in a game goes for the Bulls in Super League?
You know, it's not a big thing as long as the boys are playing well, and you know, I can get on back of them, and you know, that's the important thing, that all the boys played well, and they've done so tonight.
Thanks, Leon. Well done.
Yes,
Coach Brian Noble alongside. Was that probably as good as it gets? Copybook performance?
I thought we started really well, and as Leon said there, our preparation through the week was really good. We talked about this week and the fact that with 3 games in the week we came down, and mentally they were great and they were on fire. I thought at the start of the game, you know, London are a good team, and our fatigue may have played a part towards the end, but they tried to muscle up in the second half, and I'm highly delighted because they took the preparation into the game.
And really, I mean, you've been red hot during this last month, haven't you?
Oh, we've scored some points, you know, and we didn't concede too many tonight, which was really, really pleasing. But you know, there's still, I think, 7 or 8, 9 games left to go in this competition. There's plenty of twists and turns. We can't afford to get carried away with this. We've come away and done a job, but my old friend Tony Smith will have a few surprises for us on Sunday, and they're knocking off all the top teams, so we're very, very quickly got to get our feet back on the ground and prepare well for that game as well.
But it does look, Brian, as though you're probably hitting your form at the right time, if there is a right time.
Yeah, we played quite well with the ball, and tonight was pleasing defensively, and I'd like to mention the 5 people that aren't here, you know, the injured boys, you know, you're still very, very much part of this team, and we can't wait to get you back as well, so we're looking forward to getting our wounded back as well.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Phil Clark alongside.